Hey, what's going on, guys? Theo here. I apologize for having to turn the volume down on this. I had a little copyright issues with a song that I was playing in the background while I was doing so. So, if you need to, get you a stopwatch, go download a Tabata timer, put this up on the TV or on your computer while you view it, or you can just follow it exactly as I do it, right? I'm doing it exactly by the timer. I'm not missing any beats, right? Again, it is 6 rounds total. Jump rope, plank right leg up, plank left leg up. Round 2 is high knees, side plank, side plank. Round 3 is burpees, knee slides in 6 inches. Round 4 is skaters, kickouts, and flutters. Round 5 is squats, reverse crunch, plank twist. I know I did squat jumps on there. And round 6 is lunges, mountain climbers, and plank. All right, and also on there I did jump lunges. If you can't do a burpee, I would say to just do a jumping jack, right? Or a side-to-side jump squat or bound. All right, time's only 20 seconds, so just bust your tail during this, right? For the first couple minutes, I'm going to talk. I'm going to try and stretch it over the entirety of the video if I can. Entire thing is 13 minutes. But either way, what I want to talk about is living in a streak, right? So I know you guys know, like I know, I love discipline. I love determination. I love having that drive. I love seeing that drive in other people. And I love dedication, right? I love being dedicated to something, right? So as most of you know right now, I'm training for a competition. Right, so during competition training, I like to stay in a streak, right? I like to hit all my workouts every single week, hit every single meal. I hate missing meals and all that, but we're all human, so, I'm not perfect. Nobody is. I miss meals, right? But I'm not going to cheat if I miss a meal, and I'm not going to try and double up on a meal if I miss a meal, right? Our body's like a blender when it comes to metabolizing food. So if I miss a meal and then I try to double up on a meal, now my body's trying to process 2 meals at once, and there's going to be some type of loss there as far as the meals go, right? It'd be better for me to just stress those meals out further, possibly wake up in the middle of the night to eat it if I need to, right? During competition training, it's just like training for anything else. Like you got to kind of go against the grain, go to the end of the world, so to speak, go against what you normally do. To get the results that you're trying to get, right? And I like living in a streak, right? I like following things to a T. I like keeping track of things to a T. I don't know if anybody noticed, but when I was tracking my food, I went over 100 days straight. When I was tracking my coverage in the Bible app, I was over 100 days straight. When I was doing my workouts, I think I went like 90 days straight or 80 or 90 days straight with a workout before I missed one, right? That just goes down into determination and setting goals, right? I set goals in my mind. The goal there on those streaks was just, can I get past 100 days straight, doing this, making it a habit, so that if I do break the streak, I get right back on track with it, because now it's not only a habit that's ingrained in my day-to-day, but it's something that I do day-to-day, like training is. Like, I really don't go a day without training. I may not go train in the gym. I may not even leave the house, but if I don't leave the house, there's some type of workout getting done. Whether it's a core workout, ab workout, anything can be considered a workout, right? Cleaning the house is a workout if you really bust your tail, if you know what I'm saying. All right, so just think about that, living in a streak, setting goals, being determined, being dedicated, staying disciplined, right? And on top of all of that, going and living in a streak like that really develops a lot of discipline, because it takes discipline to do certain things every single day, whether it's reading 10 pages a day or eating all your meals, or not cheating on your meal plan, training every day for 45 minutes to an hour, etc., right? And we all know there's a big attack on setting goals right now. People are saying setting goals is bad. You shouldn't set goals, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, we all need to have a goal in mind so that we can create an action plan behind that, right? So with the Bible app, for instance, I set a goal of trying to make it 100 days straight, reading the verse of the day. So what did I do on top of that goal? I set little action plans. I went in there and found little 21-day, 6-day, 5-day, 7-day devotionals that I had to follow. Set a reminder for them so that it told me, hey, read your devotional day. That made me open the app up. And on the first page of the app is the verse of the day. So as long as I open the app up every day, I'm going to read the verse of the day. So I set those little micro goals, which is completing those small devotionals, to help me hit that big goal at the end, right? And it's the same for training right now. I'm setting micro goals in my training to make sure I look the way I want to look. So I talked to my coach the other day. He pretty much told me, hey, you really need to double up chest days. So like today was chest day for me. I did chest this morning. I'm going to go back and do some accessory chest. Friday is chest day. So on the end of Friday, I'm going to do some accessory chest. Then I'm going to do it again on Sunday, right? So there's a day or two in between each day. But I'm forcing that growth, right? I'm making sure my chest gets all the potential it needs to grow, right? Consume my meals, right? Being that I'm up in those days, on those days I'm going to have to eat a little more. So I may add a little more carbs, depending on how I look. I'm not just going to add in carbs just because I burn more energy. I'm going to add in carbs or protein or fats based off how I look, right? So if my chest looks nice and full, I'm just going to go to protein. If it's looking a little flat, I'm going to go to carbs. If it's looking a combination of the two, then I'm going to go a combination of all three higher than I normally go, right? If you watch the food video right now, we're consuming about 2,400 calories a day. On average, 200 grams from protein, about 180 from carbs, and 90 to 100 from fats, right? And that's every single day. There's no going above that, and I'm really not trying to go below that, right? I don't want to be in a deficit right now. All right, but anyways, doing all that will create some type of endurance, whether it's mental, physical, emotional, or whatever. That endurance will help you, carry yourself through the tough times, right? There's days when I don't want to wake up and train. There's days when I don't want to work out at all, right? I mean, I know it's weird to hear, but there are days like that where I'm like, shoot, I really don't want to do anything right now. I would much rather just sit here and dwell on my thoughts, right? But that's not going to get me anywhere. We both know that, right? I take pride in getting things done and doing things to the T. So I'm not going to skimp myself or anybody else, especially if I told somebody else I was going to be there or be somewhere or do something for them, right? I'm not going to do that, right? And I'm going to roll that over into, keeping power of your day, right? Letting others take over your day is a huge problem, right? You have to keep power of your day, right? You set a plan for your day and work it. I mean, I understand there's instances where you kind of have to succumb to someone else in certain instances, and it might throw your day off. But I know whenever my streaks have been broken, it's because I let somebody else control the flow of my day. I let them, control my time, control where I was going to be, control what I was going to do. And some of that I definitely commit to family time. I'm not going to say I'm super pissed because I fell off the streak. It's just like I take pride in being disciplined and being determined. And those things bring me satisfaction, right? At the end of the day, those things help me feel the best I can possibly feel, right? When I was in college playing baseball, if I didn't take enough swings, I'm staying after practice to take more swings. If I didn't take enough ground balls, hey, somebody stay and hit me ground balls. If nobody's staying, then I'm working on drills, right? If I don't feel satisfied to the fullest in what I'm trying to achieve in that day, I feel pretty incomplete. And I'm sure you guys can attest to that also, right? But that's going to roll over into just your power, right? We all have a certain amount of power that we can use or leverage day to day, right? But it's up to us to determine if we're actually going to use that power or not. So a lot of times, I've seen it in many instances, people will hand their power over to other people. Hey, what are we doing today? What's going to happen today? You're giving somebody else a leverage to dictate your day at that point. You're telling the other person, hey, I don't have a plan. I would like for you to make me a plan, or we just run off the plan that you already had in place. Right? So, for instance, this happened to me on, I don't know what day it was, Saturday or Sunday, I think it was Saturday. I got done training Saturday. I had a plan in my head to do these things. But I'll be honest, I was a little tired. I didn't really feel like doing anything at that moment. My buddy had lingered around the gym talking to me. So, I asked him what he was about to do. The person that I was supposed to be meeting up with was running behind. And I just succumbed to his day. All right, so I ended up being with him literally from 12 p.m. until about 4 p.m. when we got back to the gym. About 3, actually. All right, but that time frame, I'm not going to say I didn't get anything accomplished, but I didn't get a whole lot accomplished, right? The only thing I really got accomplished was eating. Did a couple of things socially. But other than that, I didn't get what I had planned for in my mind. So, I gave my power to him for that day. I could have easily said, hey, I'm going to go do my thing, and I'll meet you back here in a few hours. So I got things I got to do also. I'm not trying to just, follow your will for the day. But in some cases, you don't feel like doing anything. It's okay. All right, it was perfectly okay for me to not do anything for those couple hours, because even still, I was able to buy some eggs, get some water, etc. while I was out with him. So it wasn't a complete loss, right? Try not to think that negatively about time, majority of the time. But if you know me well, like I know most of y'all do, I can't stand wasted time. There's nothing worse than wasted time, right? The only thing worse than wasting money is wasted time. Point blank, period. Right? And I can't stand wasting time. I definitely can't stand wasting money either, but I know I can get money back. I can't get time back. Okay? And I want all of y'all to start thinking that way, the best you can, right? Especially during the stuff that we got going on now. I mean, cherish every minute that we have. Every minute is a gift, right? I mean, you got to really think back to the beginning of all of this. God chose us at some point to be here, right? We wouldn't be here if that wasn't the case, right? And if you don't believe in God, then the universe, whatever, that's perfectly fine. They're all the same in my eyes, right? They're all described the same, defined the same. Just put a different name on it, right? We're human beings. We like to put our own touch on things. It is what it is. But even in the Bible, it says that we like to put our own touch on things and make up our own idols and etc. But anyways, back to our power. We all have power that we need to utilize day to day. Right, we need to. We're getting close to the end of the workout. I hope y'all are grinding out good and getting it in good, and not just blocking me out mentally and just doing the workout. But if you are, that's fine, all right? It's background noise, right? I'd rather your subconscious hear this more than anything. Last is going to be your power potential, right? We all have power potential that we're possibly tapping into or not tapping into at any given moment. So there's certain times I know when I'm not tapping into my fullest power potential, when I know I could be a little more Leo, so to speak, right? Be a little bolder, be a little louder, be a little more aggressive, right? But there's a time and a place for everything, right? We can't always be rah, 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 right? Screaming down somebody else's throat, forcing them to accept what we're saying or what we believe is the best way to do things, right? It's not going to work that way. But we do have the potential to manipulate our power so that it's used to the best of its ability, right? I see it with the girls all the time, right? They're girls. So nothing against you women out there. I love you all, but they're girls. They're a little sensitive. I can't always be like my dad was to me and my brothers, just jumping down their throat, jumping in their shit, making them feel like they're a piece of shit, etc. I got to be nice, right? But there's other times when I got to be that lion and make sure they know, hey, this is my jungle. You got to put up or shut up, like point blank, period. And that's in the nicest way possible, right? But I'm going to end it here, getting towards the end of the workout. I pray y'all didn't take too many breaks and slack off at all. I will also post the warm-up on here also, just so y'all can see it. There wasn't any music added to that, just a lot of talking and stuff like that, right? And it was the Dirty 30s for the warm-up. So if you didn't do that at the beginning of this, please, when you finish, go ahead and do those, all right? Love you guys.